Hey, Shalom, Akil. This is Abaya Allah here, the Surrogate of Yahawashi / Paradigms. And we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Kahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Greatmillstone, taught me this truth rule well. Peace and salutations unto the shepherds that feed the sheep of Yahawah, which the Heavenly Father's ancient Hebrew name and only begotten Son, Yahawashi, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Alright, and peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect out there, all right, that consists of the 12 tribes, so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Hispanic, Latinos, and Native Seminole Indians. All right, you consist of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right, and Israelites will look like every nation under heaven where they're scattered. All right, with different complexions, mixed features, speak different tongues. All right, to you, brothers and sisters, or Akia and Akwaf, to you will say Shalom. All right, this is a real quick video. Let's just show you how significant apostles and elders and the prophets and teachers, how significant this word really is. Okay, if they were so insignificant, all right, why would Esau, Edom and his media and these heathens use our terms? A lot of times they've been using what the number 2/3 keep coming up. All right, heard that during this whole so-called terrorist alert, the words 2/3 came out of one of these guys' mouths in New York. As you know, we're approaching 9/11, September 11, 2021. All right, and also they've been using the term that we've been using to try to not say, the CV word, what is it? The Windows Dart 19 or the Crown Vicky. All right. I remember I used to use the term booster. Now they canceled my channel and I created a new one. I think that was the last video I did, and now they're using the term booster. Okay. So if we're so insignificant, guys, we're only about 1,000, even down to to the 10s, 20s, because the new channels, 10 to 20 subscribers, hundreds, thousands. The most I've ever seen was 8,000. Okay, so if they're so insignificant, why are they using our terminologies? Why? Because this word is getting to them. All right, and as this prophecy is being fulfilled, all right, they're just gonna come out with it. All right, because Esau is being made bare. All right, and through that bareness, all right, he's coming down with great wrath through draconian measures. Okay, with these mandates. All right, to pretty much take away the rest of whatever freedom these people thought they've had. But a lot of people have now caught on. All right, which that's in the scriptures. It said that Egyptian shall fight against Egyptian, which is America. All right, the modern day Egypt, where the children of Israel, starting with Judah, the Negro. All right, Gad, the Native American Indian, Seminole Indian, which is Reuben. All right, the Mexican, which is Issachar, and even the other tribes. All right, especially during those caravans, they all here. All right, all the tribes are here. All right. So I just wanted to show you this video real quick. I didn't want to mumble on, but just to show you how significant this word really is and how it's affecting them. Right, because it's really not us. It's the spirit of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. All right, so let me play this real quick. Salakia for the commercials.
For the majority of human history, the snake has been associated with evil and revolution. Have scientists now found an ally to fight against one of the most likely places could fight what became to destroy COVID-19. According to a groundbreaking study,
You heard that? Viper venom. And that's one of the other terms that our Elder Bishop has been using a lot. Elder Bishop Menatizak. All right, he called it the serpent's juice. Even our other elders been using that. Now all of a sudden, a serpent's venom is a cure for this. All right, that's one of the terminologies we use for this. This dart. This king jab. 19. So let me continue on.
member of the Brazilian pit
In other words, he's just coming out with it. He's revealing himself.
viper,
His own tongue shall fall upon himself, which is what written in the book of Psalms. I think it's 64. Could be wrong, but I know it's in there. Let me continue on.
Scientists now believe it could.
This highly venomous snake could hold a key to fighting the virus that causes COVID. At least that's the hope of these researchers in Brazil.
Researchers in Brazil have found that a molecule in the venom of a viper inhibited reproduction in monkey cells by up to 75%. The snake in question is the dreaded Bothrops jararucosa, a highly venomous species of viper native to Brazil and other parts of South America. The black and yellow scaled snake grows up to 7.5 feet in length and utilizes a deadly venom, which is capable of killing up to 16 people at once. When this predator attacks, its victims are overcome with shock, internal bleeding, necrosis, and liver failure. Ouch.
In other words, Esau is telling you through his meter that he's the serpent, all right? Which Revelations talks about, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, all right? He's the same spirit, all right, through the elites on down, all right? The so-called white man, as you would like to call him, right, with the mark of Cain, no leprosy, okay, no melanin, all right. Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. During the Renaissance era, he covered Salakio, all the paintings of the dark art. All right, before he fully came into power in 1492, when he put up that false image of Christ, which is Cesar Borgia, you know, in Spain, or the Borgia family, all right? The first crime family, you know, that guy that a lot of Latin tribes worship too. He was into incest, he was a murderer, he was a homosexual, all right? That's the family. They made a series called the first crime family, the Borgias. Well, that's where that image comes from. Because the Dark Ages, all of Europe was ruled by so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians as you know them today, before we went into captivity. All right. And just a side note, the so-called Puerto Ricans that we know, or Dominicans, which is the Arawak and Tainos and the others, they were the first crop of slaves. Just to let you know, to show you that we're all brothers. All right, and we are the 12 tribes. All right. Let me continue.
Rafael Guido, a professor at the University of Sao Paulo, and author of the study, said, "We were able to show this component of snake venom was able to inhibit a very important protein from the virus. The molecule in question is something known as a peptide. These connect to an enzyme of the called the PL-Pro, which is vital to the reproduction of the virus. Already known for its antibacterial qualities, the peptide can be synthesized in laboratories, making the capture or raising of the snakes unnecessary. Researchers will next evaluate the efficiency of different doses of the molecule and whether it is able to prevent the virus from entering cells in the first place. They hope to test the substance in human cells soon, but have given no timescale. So it looks like the snake could be set for the greatest public relations turnaround of all time."
And that's key. It said that the snake, catch that? So it says, so it looks like the snake could be set, which we know who that is already, for the greatest public relations turnaround of all time. You hear that? That's why the earth is turning against him, all right? There's even infightings within his own councils, okay? And that's what's going on. That's scriptural as well. So I'm gonna get a scripture and I'm gonna close it out, you know, to make a spiritual comparison, to hit the point. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 11. It says, "Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment. With a babbler is no better. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool swallow up himself." That's what I showed you earlier in this video. All right, they're just coming out with it now. All right. It says a fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? All right, because they have a thing called what? Order Abkeo, which that's part of what do you call it? The Lord's plan. All right, for Esau to bring. All right, which goes into what later in the same verse, mischievous madness. All right, that's why people think that the end of the world, that we're at the time of the end of the world, but they think it's the whole world and humanity is all going to die because of him. That's why it says the beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, all right, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be. They don't know what to think, especially in this time where they have all of these so-called variants out there and mandates. All right, a lot of people are bugging out, but at the same time, a lot of people are committing crimes because they're seeing, that normalcy that they were once used to, all right, is being taken away from them. All right, so now they're just committing crimes, doing things they normally wouldn't do, or more of what they were hesitant to do, and that is doing it outright. All right. So that's the time when, and people don't know whether to take the king jab or not. Or they're gonna lose their jobs, or lose their family. That's the time we're in, and that's what the scripture is going into with his auto ab chaos, which is really the Lord's chaos. All right, to bring in the time of the end of the wicked. All right, and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven, which is a righteous kingdom. Kingdom filled with judgment. All right, righteous judgment. Okay, so it says and what shall be after him, who can tell? All right, and a lot of people don't know, or beginning to learn that this is all biblical prophecy. All right, you're going to start to see a lot of people draw unto the apostles and elders. All right, and it teaches, at Greatmillstone and those who teach the likewise doctrine. These other phony, sellout scribes and Pharisees, the other Israelite groups, mainly their leaders, who are not teaching the truth. All right, they're being exposed as we speak. All right, so they playing it. They have to have blood on their hands. The scriptures go into that his blood shall be spilled as well. All right, because he let the scriptures say what if what's that scripture? It's a famous one. If the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Right. Well, ultimately, it's the Lord sifting out the elect from the non-elect within Israel. Okay. Everyone else is just, playing their how you say it, their side roles, in this whole movie. So, which is the other nations. All right, the two main characters is Esau, Jacob, the wicked who's in rulership, and the righteous. All right, and this is the labor of the foolish, wherewith every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. Right, that's why the scriptures also goes into what was second Esdras. I believe it's second Esdras. I checked that these people, it's gonna come to the point where they won't regard their kings, no princes. All right, because they've been backed into a corner. All right, let me see if I can get it. We got let's see, their kings or princes. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, second Esdras 15 and 16. All right, so you can read that yourself. I'm gonna finish the scripture and close it out. All right, And like I said, the labor of the foolish weareth every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city, because he's going to lose control of the city. All right, that's why he has all of these camps, you know, these legislations to bring in troops, you know, things like that. All right, to control what the mechanisms of madness is going to be out here in these streets. All right, and it says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child." All right, and the scriptures say what? That roughly paraphrasing, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. All right, and that's going into Esau, because he came out of our forefather, which is Isaac. All right, he comes from us, but he's not the chosen. All right, and it says, and thy princes eat in the morning. Right, because now people starting to see how sloppy they've been in promoting this, you know, this so-called, you know, this Crown Vicky, this jab. That people starting to see the agenda at hand, and really Esau's not, he can't really hide it anymore, because he know his time is up. The Lord is revealing him. All right, which we knew that time would come. So that's the time when. So just want to get into that real quick. Hope this video was edifying to the elect. Next time, Shalom. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. Rock a thumb. Till next time, Shalom.